Hey guys, today I'm going to do a video response to edt1138's What Are You Thankful For as a Gamer? He did this as a video before Thanksgiving, but I wasn't aware of his channel until Maximum RD did a response, and so I went and checked his video out and checked his channel out. It's a very good channel, very much worth watching. Recommend you check him out. I'll leave a link to his video and a link to his channel. And even though it is after Thanksgiving, there's still a lot to be thankful for. And of course, there's people all over the world that don't celebrate Thanksgiving. That's an American holiday. I mean, there are similar holidays, I think, other places in the world, but Thanksgiving Day itself isn't celebrated outside the U.S. So this is a video that could be made anytime. And I have a series of things that I'm thankful for as a gamer, and it's particularly as a retro gamer. And the first one is you guys, and YouTube, where you're watching this. I really hadn't gotten in. I mean, I was, to the extent I was a gamer, I was as much a retro gamer as anything else, but I really hadn't gotten into it before I got on YouTube, before I got broadband, got on YouTube. I was watching, I was playing a few games on my PC. My color computer and color computer 3 were sitting back in the bedroom collecting dust. And if it hadn't been for YouTube and the retro gaming community, they'd probably still be back there collecting dust. And it's possible, not very likely, because I thought about it a time or two and thought, nah, not really. But it's possible I'd have got my latest acquisition, a PlayStation 2, but I certainly wouldn't have went out and looked for an Atari 2600 or, an Television or NES or my Commodore 64 or Commodore VIC-20, any of those machines. So I'm very much grateful for YouTube for helping to keep the retro gaming community alive and bringing new people into it and reviving old interest in it. The second thing, since I've gotten back into it, that I'm very much grateful for is people that haven't thrown out their collections. I'm sure there's plenty of people that have an old console and some old games and had put them out at a flea market maybe a time or two and nobody bought them, and it would have been real easy to look at them and say, well, that old stuff doesn't have any value, and thrown it away. And certainly I'm sure that has happened sometimes, but not as often as you might think. So I'm very grateful for people that have kept the old hardware and the old games so that it's still available for us, that want to collect and want to play the old games on the old hardware. Very much thankful for that. And the third thing that I'm thankful for is eBay and the other online sites where you can collect, because there's a couple, I could get some N64 games and a few like that, and an N64 console, maybe a GameCube, and a few things like that, to local pawn shops and places like that. But collecting for the Atari 2600, for the Intellivision, for the Commodore 64, for the Atari system, even collecting for the NES, no. If it wasn't for getting online, I wouldn't have any of that stuff. I just, it just wouldn't, it's just not available locally. So I'm very much grateful for online places, like I say, eBay, and then places like Collector's Cards and Games and Trading Games and Lukey Games and places like that, where you can where if you don't have them available locally, you can get them. And even if you do have them available locally, you're never going to have locally quite the selection that you're going to have nationally and internationally. So I'm very much thankful for those things, and consider definitely check out edt1138's site. Consider posting your own What I'm Thankful For as a Game video as a response to his. And then lastly, I just want to mention that yes, I do still have GC. I haven't had the time to really think about it, who I might pass GC on to, and I've got an idea on that, but it might still be a little while. Things are easing up some at work, but I'm still awfully busy, so it might take me a little while to find another home for GC, but I will find it, and he is still around, and as always, more later.